Pyramid Building Society scoreboard, and Richard Osborne's 8 goals in a fine performance.
Oh, word it is a fine performance. Done it alone too. He has kicked more than half of the Fitzroy side's tally. Mark Boss on him, not wanting to hurry back to pick up that player again. But, well, Geelong have just gone through the motions in the last quarter very comfortably and very tenaciously. They've played good football all day, and their tackling and desire for the ball has been excellent.
In the centre, Stoneham off for Geelong. There's Ironmonger doing battle with Flanagan. Goes down. Robert Scott buries himself in the mud. A blind turn out of trouble. A hurried kick to the member stand wing. The bounce is awkward but favours Couch, who handballs to Brunt. Here comes Gary Ablett. He goes for the chip. Turner comes in. They both fly together. No mark. On the bottom of the pack, Brockhurst. It comes out again. Where Gary Pert's in there as well. The umpire said, I will ball up. Well, it's going to happen quite a lot this year when you see Ablett and Turner and Brownless all trying to mark the 1 football. As Brian said earlier, only one can mark it. As umpire comes in to bounce right in front of the pass player stand, it's down. In goes Big Ironmonger, and he wins the tap, goes to Brunt. He was pushed from behind. The umpire said, I'll ball up again. Stevens said he was caught in possession. I suppose it could have gone either way there. Nevertheless, umpire's going to bounce exactly the same position. It's down. In comes Big Ironmonger. Brownless got up early. No free kick. Down it goes to Carafa. He darts away. Gets a hurried kick. McGrath traps it. Handballs over to Hanley. Hanley in turn. Kicks down the centre half forward. Looking for Strooper down there. Knocked away by Yates to the open spaces. There goes Gale. Gale and Christensen. A good battle of pace, and Yates has got it. He flicks the ball back to Christensen, who in turn taps it on to Buse. He looks for Robert Scott, and he finds him.
Yes, and Scott marks. He handballs on to Christensen on centre wing outer side. Christensen gets his kick away before he's tackled. Out comes Brownless. Turner knocked away from him off the hands of the pack to Ironmonger, who gets his kick away to Thornton on half-back flank of the outer side, and Thornton meets Morgan pretty solidly, and I think Thornton might have come off second best. Oh, it's gone against Morgan there, and it's going to be a 50-metre penalty against young Darren Morgan. I couldn't see that in favour of Ross Thornton. Never mind, Thornton went for it pretty strongly that time, and it brings him right up towards the half-forward position. By Josie's 50-metre penalty certainly tell, as we see Thornton's kick go in towards the full-forward position behind the pack as Boss. Boss takes the football away, runs across the face of goal, comes to the back pocket, shorts it out to Brownless in the back pocket for Geelong. He gets a kick out towards Bruns, and he's marked it again. He's had 100 possessions. He shoots the handball to Steve Hocking, back here towards Bruns. Bruns drives it up towards the half-forward position, off the hands of Turner. There's Armstrong shepherding so that Hanley can come in and hand pass to Blakey. Blakey kicks it high in the air, centre wing position, members side. Underneath it is Brownless, and Brownless pulls in a chest mark and gives Richard Osborne a little bit of a push and says, take it easy. Handballs to Flanagan. Flanagan, a poor kick along the ground. Oh, Bruns ran into Russell's hand, and he got an open hand into the face from Russell, and it's been carried over the line on centre wing for a throw-in. A throw-in close to the Free GL broadcast box. Members side, centre wing, and Geelong lead by 31 points. We've played 21 minutes into the last quarter.
Ironmonger doing the ruck work, brings it down with him. He handballs over to Stevens, in turn to Hanley. He decides to kick up to centre half forward, looking for Lyon. Out comes Strooper, and Strooper watches as Lyon goes in. They run into each other. Handball goes back to Gale. Gale from centre half forward stabs at goal, and he has put it through for full points Fitzroy to young Gale. What a great little player. He's been a real trier, that player for them all day here this afternoon. That's his first goal.
Yep.
On my record anyway.
Yep.
And we move around the ground. Now, I'll give you the score first. 19-11-125 on the Pyramid Building Society scoreboard. That's Geelong's score. 19-11-125. They lead Fitzroy by 25 points. 15-10 at 100. 23 minutes into the last quarter. Barry?
Yes, 30 minutes played. Collingwood 10-17-77. North Melbourne 4-11-35.
Ted?
Hawthorn 23-15, 153 to Footscray 9-10-64.
There's the umpire throwing the ball high, and Big Ironmonger comes in. Flanagan got a hand to it, down to Scott. Scott has a hurried kick up to half forward. They come out to meet it. Morgan handballs back to Scott, and the pace of this kid is brilliant. He just darts away with the football. Russell comes in, stopped his run, and allows this Thornton to be pushed in the back there by Russell, and a free kick goes Fitzroy's way to be taken by Thornton. Well, he had his momentum up, young young Scott, but Russell chipped in and stopped his run altogether. I don't think he'd be too happy about that. He's looking for a kick, I think. There's the ball coming right across the face now. It's been marked there by Knight, who handballs over to Blakey. In turn, he handballs to Kaplan. He runs around centre wing, has a bounce and delivers it to centre half forward, but it's all Geelong as Hocking comes out and takes an easy mark. That wasn't good football by Fitzroy. A short kick there by Hocking out to Bewes. He backs out of trouble away from McGrath. Too much pace as Bewes. Puts it onto his left boot. Drives down with the big fellows fly. Turner reads the ball off the pack and he handballs over to Cameron. Here comes Ablett. Ablett flies, but Pert's in the front position. Juggles it and takes a mark. Gary Pert hasn't had the best of days. He goes across the face of goal. Danger! Over towards Thornton. Scott comes in and they've missed it. Picked up by Christensen. Gary Ablett waits for it to bounce. Handballs over to little Scott. He can't control the football and it goes through for 1 point. Well, it was danger, Brian.
Yeah, it was silly pass by Gary Pert, who's had a frustrating day, but nevertheless he's battled hard against the odds. The ball's been coming down with monotonous regularity to Gary Ablett.
There's a short kick out to Kepler, who's marked about 20 metres out from goal. He goes for another pass around centre wing, and they are out of trouble momentarily.
Through McGrath, who plays on and kicks it out to centre wing where Gale's there, and so is Darcy. They both fall over. Darcy's got the football, a Geelong player down hurt, and the ball just rolls over his back, but he can't touch it. Young Denham. It comes out towards Hanley. Hanley takes the football away on the right foot in towards half forward, where it's McGrath again who marks the ball. He hand passes across to Pekin. Pekin's dropped. Can't get it. He's flattened. He gets up though. There's Schultz handballing it out of the pack to Bewes. Bewes along the ground into towards enemy territory though, as Fitzroy get a hand pass this time to Blakey from Handley. Blakey handballs it back here towards Pekin. Back to Handley again. Handley kicks it wide in towards the forward pocket position. Up they fly. Osborne got a hand to it, and Osborne has knocked it over the line for a throw in.
Pyramid Building Society scoreboard 19-12, 126 Geelong leading Fitzroy 15-10, 100. 25 minutes into the last.
Throw in the Fitzroy forward pocket position. Outer side forward pocket. City into the ground. Knocked down by Strooper. It hits the ground again. They're over the top of it, and it'll be yet another ball up with umpire Paul Saville.
Bob Davis.
Yes, Ted, it's Sydney, 19-13, 127. Richmond, 10-13, 73. 25 minutes gone.
Waiting for umpire Saville to bounce it here. Big Flanagan does the ruck work, taps it out. It comes out in the direction of Darren Handley, who turns on the right foot from the forward pocket, kicks across the face of goal and hits the point post. That's out on the full, and a free kick will result and go Geelong's way to Mark Boss in the back pocket position for Geelong on the members' side of the ground. 26 minutes played here, just on 25 minutes into this last quarter, as we wait for Mark Boss to take his kick on the back pocket members' side. A little short one out towards Flanagan. Geelong just filling in time now, and Flanagan just ambles back to that back pocket position, looking for a lead further afield. Russell sets himself. Blakey from behind, over the head of both players, comes off the pack to Gary Cameron. He puts it on the right foot, kicks it towards half forward where Turner's there, over the head of him and Brockhurst. Out comes Armstrong, tries to gather in the football, legs Darcy, no free kick given. Turner just smothers it up and lays over the top of it, and a ball up will result. Geelong are in front by 26 points here at the 26-minute mark of the last quarter on the Pyramid Building Society scoreboard.
Dennis Rigby.
Yes, it's 16-10, 106 in Kilda to Melbourne, 11-12, 78.
There's Brownless going up doing the ruck work with Ironmonger. Goes down to the little Fitzroy player, Harris. The umpire's called play on now. He's blown the whistle, and the ball up will take place in exactly the same position. Billy Brownless having a little bit of ruck work to be seen here. He goes up here with Ironmonger. They both had a bit of a whack at it. Brownless covers the ball, gets it out this time to Denham, who in turn handballs to Russell. Russell kicks it high in the air, looking for Gary Ablett. Pert from behind, tried to fist the ball away. Christensen read the ball beautifully, ran through the open pack, and it hit the post. 1 point. The result, hit the bottom of the post, and that was just a little bit unlucky there for Christensen. 19-13, 127 Geelong. Fitzroy 15-10, 100 on the Pyramid Building Society scoreboard, and Pert goes for the short pass to Armstrong around the member stand side. He takes it half volley, plays on. Little Denham chips in front of Harris, no mark, but he's very quick on his hands and knees. He's pushed in the back, and the umpire said, yes, I'm going to pay that free kick for the push in the back. Gee, stats, Peter. Denham.
Denham, Teddy, this will be his 21st kick. He's had 12 handballs.
33 possessions.
Big effort.
Yeah, my word it is. And now the kick by Denham goes to centre half forward. Brownless and Ablett, they both fly. Knocked away by Pert to the open spaces. Trapped by Bruns. Swings onto his right down, looking for Morgan. They fly, knocked away. Blakey's underneath, so was Brownless, but it's Blakey does a blind turn out of trouble and then kicks hurriedly down the ground where Flanagan chips in, and Geelong just treating Fitzroy with contempt at this stage. Short pass, out comes Morgan. No Fitzroy players are chasing. Now we've got 2 on the mark, maybe 3 on the mark, as Morgan sees a lead coming down here from Gary Ablett. He's got big Ironmonger behind you. Oh, Gary Ablett, he just pushed Pert out. That just fell into his arms, and Gary Ablett has marked, and he is 35 metres out from goal, directly in front, and he has kicked 6.
I don't know what Ironmonger was trying to do, but he wasn't within a bull's roar of where the action was he? He was about 3 steps behind, and Ablett's agility has allowed the ball to fall right in his laps. It's easy there for the Cats players to get kicks at the moment.
There's Ablett coming in now. He's kicked 6 goals. This one's on its way, and it makes it 7 goals to Gary Ablett at one end and 8 goals to Osborne at the other end. So that's a fine effort by both players here this afternoon on the Pyramid Building Society scoreboard. Geelong 2013 133, leading Fitzroy 15 goals 10 100. Now getting close to siren time, 28 minutes gone in this last quarter here at Kardinia Park, and Geelong looking good. Fitzroy undermanned. They need some key position players down the centre of the ground to be a success in this league football competition. There's the bounce or the throw knocked away by Ironmonger out to the open spaces where Brunn's first on the scene. He kicks the ball around looking for Denham, and Denham's marked again for Geelong. He handballs over to Scott. These terrible twins, can they play football? Can they run? Scott kicks up to the half-forward line, taken away here by Kepler of Fitzroy. Drives onto his left boot, looks for Carafa, and he finds him on centre wing, the outer side. And he plays on now, Carafa. Chips one over the top, and he finds Gale. Siren! It's all over. A great win to Geelong down here this afternoon, and without taking too much away from the Fitzroy Football Club, I do believe that they need some key position players in their side. They have some good small players, but it's key position players they need. And Ironmonger, although he's a big man mountain of a ruckman, he just lacks the agility to battle against the giants of other ruckmen in other sides in the competition. I think Fitzroy have been relying too heavily on players like Pert and Ruse, and they must be getting pretty well sick and tired of the repetitious years they're having with the Fitzroy Football Club. Brian, without going too deeply, has that been too hard on Fitzroy?
Well, to be disillusioned week after week, I suppose, would be very hard to take. But, well, they kept fighting out right to the end. But 33-point deficit, they couldn't make it up there. The second quarter was poor.
Have a final score from you, Barry?
Yes, Ted, all over. A final score victory to Collingwood, 48 points they won by, 11-17-83, defeating North Melbourne, 4-11-35.
What about you, Ted?
It's all over here, Ted. Hawthorn by 89 points, 23-16, 154 to Footscray 9-11-65.
Dennis?
Yeah, Ted, it's St Kilda 16-10, 106. They've defeated Melbourne 11-12, 78.
You got a final score, Bob?
Sydney, the final score is Sydney 2016 136, Richmond 10-13, 73.
And on the Pyramid Building Society scoreboard here, and it is final, Geelong 20 goals 13, 133, defeating Fitzroy 15 goals 10, 100. Back